You can see in the 60s, 70s, they used to take big bags, very glittering studs and all that. But now, the new generation, they like it very simple, very clean cut. Like it or not, you have to follow the era so that you can catch up with them.
My name is James Law. I am the founder of Tocco Toscano, a Singaporean brand for 4 decades.
Hi, I'm Joseph Law, the CEO of Tocco Toscano since 2016.
We have 8 stores around Singapore, but this is also one of my favorite and the first place I worked at, Takashimaya, and this is how I start my day. My dad's story is quite an interesting story. It's not conventional. He was a delinquent when he was a kid, so went to jail, went to prison a few times. On his last stint on rehab, he started getting into leather binding. This is an interesting collection. It's in itself a briefcase, but inside this briefcase, there are 4 modular bags, each with their own function. So, like, for example, this is a jewellery pouch. So there are compartments for, like, earrings, necklaces, stuff like that.
Actually, I started this business by just doing belts. During the 80s, I was given the opportunity to go over to Italy to learn how to make bags. The place where I learned to make bags is called Tuscany, and the people there call Toscano. And I thought of like the name. We still feel that bags are all very Singaporean. Because I used to go to the office eating place to see how they dress, so I will study the personality of the Singaporean, like the Toscano bag, the army green, and how army green related to Singaporean. Last time, the red color is very, very important, but now the new generation, they still buy the red, but not so much as last time. You have to know the market. Now I'm actually working on the new heritage collection. It will still have all the elements of the old bags. The combination also, we use back the brown leather to trim. The only difference now is the color of the body. We were doing very well with the old Toscano green, so I want to bring it back. I was thinking we go back to our old Toscano colors, which is the rust brown, the black, and the green. The green will be something like that.
So the
leather.
Dark kind of green. So I wanted to talk to you about like making something similar to what we used to make back in the 80s. So
a pet folio.
A pet folio.
Yeah.
But obviously this is from 1989.
Yeah. So I will try to keep the accent. I think they are using a different mobile phone and all that, So I'm changing it. You see, there is a handle here, which the old one don't have. It's not easy to design, actually. Everybody thinks that designing is just draw a bag. You have to know the characteristic of the material and what to put into the bag and between the bag and how to support the bag, how to make it a structured bag and a soft bag. So it's very difficult to find.
The SQ mentioned as well, the branding?
No, not as a collaboration.
Oh,
We're going to sell it as Toscano in all SQ flights.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Just this design.
I'm Evelyn. I'm a buyer for Metro Retail. Today we just launched our Shinjuku pop-up, where we actually had a collaboration with Shinjuku International, and we launched many exciting Korean labels in the store. During the recent revamp, Metro has actually launched quite a few international labels, and we also selected very few homegrown brands to be with us in this new concept. And one of the long-standing brands we have is Tocco Toscano.
Tocco Toscano has been in Metro for decades. Metro, as you know, is pretty much a local institution. It's been around forever. We feel quite lucky to have been living in their space and working together with them for like all these years. Every week, we try to hold a marketing meeting with a focus on digital marketing. As you can see, most of the team is a lot younger than I am, all under 40. All right, shall we get the ball rolling?
I think we've got quite a bit to discuss today, right?
Do we even have a name yet for this?
You guys have any ideas?
I suggest Ivy.
Mine is Noel, because it sounds a bit more Christmassy and it has associations with joy, happiness, and new beginnings.
It's kind of similar. It's actually Noemi.
Uh-huh.
It means pleasantness, delight, or beauty.
The initial challenges that I faced when starting a younger team, back then the brand perception was a bit more auntie, for lack of a better word. As a brand, I don't think we appealed as much to the generation back then, which was like 9 years ago. So it was done over years of slowly building the brand and then slowly appealing more to the younger generation.
A metallic silver? Mirror! Mirror! Mirror would be quite funny.
My team, they're more obviously surrounded by people their age, which is the customer base that we do want to appeal to. We did the We Carry Art last year, right? And it was a success, and we're going to continue to push local artists.
Hi, I'm Sarah Lai En, and I'm an illustrator and fashion designer. I have a fashion brand called Playhood, and what we do is we do size-inclusive fashion, and what we focus on are cardigans for all sizes because I believe all women deserve to be cute and cozy.
Sarah, right, was a person found by my head of marketing. She was a fan of Sarah's work with Playhood, and I looked at it and I thought it was great. So we started talking and how we collaborate together. We started this collaboration last year. It's called We Carry Art, to put their artwork onto our products.
I was like, hey, this is so interesting and I love it. And I mean, I've known Toscano for a while, I love their bags. Then I met Joe separately and I decided that I want to draw flowers, and particularly for the bag design that I did with them, I wanted cherry blossoms because cherry blossoms means a new beginning, a rebirth. And I felt that that was being reborn again as an artist.
Do you have any sketches?
Sure. Actually, you know what? I was going to show you this jacket that I just drew. What do you think about this design? It's a little bit different from our usual feminine
I like
style.
different. I want different, actually.
Okay, I think I'm going a bit more nature, or at least more scenery-based botanical illustrations with this. I think one thing that I'm trying to think of is a lot of my designs have always been very feminine. But then I wanted to do something that was a little bit more gender neutral.
Yeah, I can sell to both male and female.
Okay, something that I've always said is that flowers are not just for ladies. Flowers can be for guys.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes. I also do want to support local artists, and I want to work with local artists. And Sarah is one of 3 that we worked with last year, and we're hoping to actually do it in the future as well. I want to recreate what the success of We Carry Art from last year.
Maybe into
Probably
something.
2026.
Sounds cool.
So steady, we're
okay.
going to do it together. Honestly, I don't think I'm that close to my family. Like, that's one of the biggest regrets of my life. I wish I spent more time outside of office because I see them all the time in office. Okay, where shall we plan Tina's birthday?
Yeah, we'll get him something.
But nobody
nice
share
and
with
cool.
you, you don't pay one usually. You just buy. So Joseph, when are you getting married?
You want me to get married?
Of course, you want to carry grandchildren.
If it happens, it happens.
Priority list, right?
I need to run this business. Okay, grandkid, you take care of one person. Business, you take care of 50-something people. You still need to take care of 50-something people before you have that one kid, right? Right or not?
But you business first. Always, every time, talk about business.
It is so tough to work with your children. But they are still your children. You know, you want them to do well. But I also thank God that they came here.
Childhood was pretty smooth. They provided love, shelter, roof over your head, food on the table. And they just taught like love each other, love one another. Very important how my parents molded my childhood was not giving me everything, but yet at the same time giving me everything.
Future of Toscano, of course, Joseph will be the one who handle it, but what keep me on is the passion. Because when I design a bag, when the bag make out, the prototype, your heart jump because it's like a new baby born.